Swim Lesson Club USA. So I am going to be talking to you as an instructor. So if you're a mom and you're watching this video, then I really want you to be learning how to basically be your own swimming instructor. Not to replace a swimming instructor, because swimming instructors are a very important part of the process of learning to swim. But if you don't learn as a parent how to practice and how to really work with your own children in the water, you are going to find that it takes a lot longer to get your child to swim than what it absolutely needs to. But the problem is that you don't know what you don't know, right? So you may be just thinking that it's a normal process for your child, because every child's different. You know, as far as, you know, maybe they're really hesitant about the water, and you're finding that in their class they're just doing a lot of splashing and playing. That is maybe the extreme. That is not a good thing. If you want to have a balance of fun and progress, you really should be seeing your students progress in every class. And that's very important to us here at Swim Lesson Club USA, is that we are very focused on, if we don't see that our students are making steps in the right direction to learning how to swim, then we make a change. We'll change instructors, we'll change techniques, we'll actually change approaches completely. We'll get parents in the water, we'll take parents out of the water, we'll have parents leave the room, have parents, you know, maybe have another caregiver come in, whatever it takes to try to change it up if you don't feel like we are making progress. If your child is crying every single class, and that's not changing, it's the same level of crying. I call it like a red zone type of crying, where it's just almost like a panic state where it's uncontrolled crying. That is a place that you don't want your child to be. If they're crying and it's more of like a controlled type of crying, kind of like a low scale type of crying, then it's probably not that bad, but you should see it change. You should see it maybe a little bit of crying and then it goes away, and you should see some changes with that. It shouldn't just be, you know, a child completely hysterical the entire time. Typically what that means is we're not identifying what is causing the anxiety. There's two major roadblocks to learning how to swim. Two major roadblocks. This is very important. It's water sensitivity in general. The water on your face. That will give a lot of kids, especially with sensory sensitivity, a feeling of pain almost, like just like pins and needles. It's, you know, what feels good to us, or doesn't really give us any type of feeling that we can even put a finger on, is something that is actually quite dramatic or scary to some kids. So you have to work on that. You have to focus on that sensitivity by doing different types of techniques. And I'm going to touch on that here shortly, because I want you to really, in this short little video, get a good idea of what we need to focus on. So the water sensitivity, you know, water on the face, water in the ears, water on the back of the head, all of that. Being able to go underwater, exhaling underwater, and taking a breath. If your child is able to swim underwater from point A to point B, holding their breath, that we don't consider to be swimming. We consider that to be holding their breath, getting from point A to point B, which is actually kind of dangerous, because at some point the child's going to come up, and when they come up, they're not going to be able to get air. They're holding their breath. Try it. Take a breath. Hold it. Take another breath. How's that working? Take another breath. It doesn't work. You got to let your air out to take a breath. That's why I teach grounding to the fishes. Exhale, breathe. Ground to the fish. You know, why do I do that? Besides, it's silly. Well, it's because it's a noise. So humming or any type of noise that's coming, when the air is being forced out of the nose and the mouth is closed, is a good thing. Hum. That's going to keep the water out of the nose and the mouth. The other issue is buoyancy, how the water actually holds you in the water. So what will happen is kids will have a sensation of falling. So a good test for this, if the buoyancy is going to be an issue for your student, is to put them on a wall. If you put them on the edge of a wall, scamper up the wall, or put their feet up and try to climb up the wall, or they're they're just so scared, they just put their feet up and they start to cry and be hysterical. They have a real sensitivity to the buoyancy. So we have to focus on that. We have to focus on keeping them in a swimming position, getting comfortable with your legs behind them in a swimming position, holding them underneath their arms so their body's floating in this proper swimming position. We have to get them to be used to the feeling of the rocking in the water. So, you'll take a hand off and give them fives, or you'll have them, kind of balance on your leg, where you just kind of support them with, under their bellies, or have them in the bathtub, putting their hands on the bottom of the bathtub and floating their legs behind them. And then you combine these two with the water sensitivity, maybe pouring on their head, 1, 2, 3, pouring, while their hands are on the bottom of the bathtub with their legs behind them, or in any type of situation where you're able to float your legs and actually have water at the same time. That's going to really start to bring those two issues together. Many kids will have just one or the other. Either they're really sensitive to the water, but they don't really mind the buoyancy, or vice versa. When they have both, it becomes very, very challenging because there's a lot of things going on, a lot of sensory issues. So that's just something you want to identify. Typically, older kids will have that. Okay, so this is video number 1, just kind of orientation of the specific focuses of our program here. And so thank you very much. And swimlessonclubusa.com is our website. And swimlessonclubusa.com. See that, Swim Lesson Club USA. And you can go to our website and you can go into our Facebook Live tab, and you'll be able to see the live videos that we do every Friday, because we really want to engage you as an audience and help you to learn how to help your kids learn to swim as quickly as possible.